Now, this is a strange subject, but it is one that keeps cropping up as an interesting or unusual fact about Germany. The government pays for disabled people to have sex with prostitutes. But is it true? There's certainly a lot of discussion about this. On the one hand, disabled people are, well, people, and they have the same basic needs as anyone else. Those who, for whatever reason, need professional help to meet those needs are perhaps entitled to that help. On the other hand, the idea of taxpayers' money going towards taking wheelchair users to brothels might seem grossly unfair on those able-bodied people who simply can't attract a partner. What about my needs, they might say. I decided to try to look into this because I do vaguely remember hearing the story of a disabled German who was able to get some form of government-sponsored sex. But I think I must have dreamt that one. At least I can't find it anywhere. I did find some of those amazing fact sites that said that disabled Germans could get this benefit, but no source for that claim anywhere. Apparently it does exist in some countries, for example the Netherlands, to nobody's surprise, but not in Germany. What I did find though was information about the people providing this sexual healing. And arguably it's not really prostitution. In fact, many of these people don't offer sexual intercourse at all. They describe themselves as sexual surrogates. And apparently the idea is to become a sort of temporary partner. It's less about sex and more about giving people the opportunity to experience an erotic encounter. In fact, surrogates will often enter into an emotional relationship with the client. A temporary one, but an emotional one all the same. People who want to offer this service, and there are quite a few of them, can attend special training courses. And there's a lot more to it than you might think, at least a lot more to it than I thought. As well as physically disabled clients, a surrogate may have mentally disabled clients who may not always be able to clearly articulate what they consent to and what they don't consent to. In fact, this is one of the more serious of the criticisms of this practice. It may be a bit too easy to unwittingly cross the line and commit an act of abuse. But it seems that the existence of this training program is what's making some people think that it's some kind of government-sponsored scheme. In fact, it's not. The government is completely uninvolved. The government is also unconcerned as long as no laws are being broken. Indeed, the German Basic Law guarantees everyone the right to the unfettered development of their own personality as long as other people's rights are not thereby infringed. This has been interpreted to include the right to explore one's own sexuality. The German government also doesn't, as far as I know, pay for it, and neither does any health insurance. The clients have to pay for it themselves, and it doesn't come cheap. After all, we are not, it is important to stress, talking about just a few minutes of emotionless sex. So there it is. Germany does have sexual surrogates who specialize in catering for disabled people, but it's the clients themselves who have to pay for their services. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not send me a postcard? Here's the address. Or visit Rewboss.com, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my blog.